NFL Fantasy Pro, also known as Non-Keeper Football League Flex Auction Noob Tier, always start your per reception owners. I am BJ Beemer. If you can't tell, I am still on vacation. I'm trying to get my mind straight because the season is coming up 2 weeks away. We gotta start drafting, ladies and gentlemen. My guest this week is Bill Lett. Billy boy, we're on vacation. Why do you still look so angry, man? Why don't you relax?
Hey, you pulled me away from my vacation to come over here and tell all these good people at home how to win some money. Can't be that angry about it, but you can see I'm not, I got scruff, the hair's all over the place. I'm not looking professional.
All right, Bill, then we'll keep this quick so you can get back to your vacation, and hopefully you can come back next week and you'll be a little bit more, in the zone. So here we go. Bold predictions from last year. We told people to pick up Julian Edelman. We told people to get Jordan, Cameron. I mean, these are people nobody was talking about, and they looked pretty darn good last year, didn't they?
Well, you told them to get them pre-draft.
Yeah.
It's not like you said week 1 or 2, and now get them, right?
Yeah.
We knew Edelman was going to play over at Amendola.
Yeah.
We knew Cameron was going to have a big season. But you also had people getting Mike Vick.
Yeah.
And then when he went down, I was actually here. I told people to go Foles. I said, buy into Chip Kelly's offense.
I remember.
If you did it, it was the pickup of the year, and you probably went deep into the playoffs.
I remember you said that. I also remember, and I don't ever like to predict injuries, but we said DeMarco Murray and Brandon Jacobs were going to get injured, and we said that the week that they got injured. I mean, that's amazing.
It's the best thing since sliced bread. You called it 2 weeks in a row. You were 2 for 2. There's nothing else to say about the commitment that you and your staff have to make sure all the fantasy news is accurate and that people at home know where to turn in to find it.
You're right, you're right. Our advice is unparalleled to any station. Okay, I stand by that. Now listen, we also said last year that you should get wide receivers early and often, and we're going to make that bold prediction again. We're saying jump on the wide receiver bandwagon. What do you think about that, Bill?
Yeah, it's still a pass speed, which is the coin phrase from last year in this show. Pass happy.
Pass happy, it is.
3-4 wide receivers all the time. Throw the tight ends in there. They're throwing the ball a lot. You got to go wide receivers early and often because running back, you can get good split carry workload running backs 7, 8, 9. And those are going to be your rounds where everybody else who took running backs early are looking for wide receivers, and they'll be gone because you took them all.
What wide receivers are you going to be looking at? I mean, obviously you got Brandon Marshall, A.J. Green, Des Bryant, Calvin Johnson, obviously. But what are some other wide receivers you might be seeing in the 2nd, 3rd round?
Well, 2nd, 3rd, like you said, A.J. Green, Thomas, so many guys, Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, the list goes on. But see, you can also get good guys later on as well. You can get Boykins later, you can get Kenny Stills later.
With the Saints, that guy is blazing speed.
And nobody's drafting them early. So you can get the big guys, Brandon Marshalls, all those guys, the headliners, if you will. 2, 3, 4, Reggie Wayne, maybe 6, 7, same with Julio Jones. You can get those guys early and often to blow up. And then when everyone else doesn't have wide receivers, there you go. You start focusing on running backs, and then they're getting bad wide receivers that, that are on the Browns, Greg Little, those type of guys.
Yeah, you don't want that. Well, what about QBs? Where are you going? You obviously got Rodgers, you got Brees, Peyton Manning. After that, where do you go?
Well, if you're in a PPR league, you go planning for next season. Because the reality is, if you don't have one of those 3 guys, you're going to not have a good season. Everyone else is inconsistent. In a standard league, you could bring Luck, you could bring Cam, you could bring other guys into that conversation. But in a PPR league, for a quarterback, and they're all going to be taken by the end of round 2, you need one of those 3 guys. And like I said, standard leagues, a little bit different. And you'll be okay because of the yardage.
Okay, well, what about running back? Now, let's say you do go with, you get a couple wide receivers right at the top. Well, what if all the running backs are gone? Who are you going to take? Who are some bargain deal running backs down the line?
Sankey out of Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be a good rookie, huh?
Ben Tate.
Yeah.
There's a ton of guys. Shane Vareen. In rounds 6, 7, 8, 9, that's when I start to look at your running back. If you can get a workload running back at the top of round 1, do it. There's 4 or 5 guys that everyone else is talking about. We won't bore you with it. Get one of them. But, later round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, I would go wide receivers all the way, quarterback, of course. Jimmy Graham's available, get him. Yeah. So after the first 5-6 rounds, you're looking at no more than one tight end, one quarterback, the rest wide receivers, unless you have, like I said, a top 5 pick in the first round.
Yeah, well, you just mentioned Jimmy Graham. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is how everybody should draft with tight ends. You either get Jimmy Graham or you wait a while to get a tight end. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's exactly what we said last year, too. Yeah. We told you to get Jordan Cameron, like you said earlier, top of the show. Here's the reality of the situation, is there's a big gap of tight ends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Cameron. Yeah, there's Witt and all these guys. But Cameron, if he's the only guy, if Gordon's gone, he's going to have a bad season. Yeah. Witten is on the decline. The next group of tight ends who you can get in rounds 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 are these 4 guys, all right? Jordan Reed.
With Washington.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz.
Philadelphia, yes.
Charles Clay.
Yeah, where's Charles Clay?
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
He's a little bit banged up, but he'll come by. If he's healthy, he's going to be great.
All right.
And then the last guy is Ladarius Green.
Oh, yeah, with the Chargers, yeah.
He's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Those 4 guys are going to be the next group of tight ends that close the gap and make tight ends more of a Jimmy Graham or nothing. They're going to get rid of that label.
All right. What about defense? Are you going to reach for the Seahawks this year? What are you going to do?
You get one round earlier than you would normally because of the Seahawks.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have a tight end, don't have a kicker, maybe you get the defense there.
Yeah.
After them, a lot of people like the Niners. The issue with the Niners, they got a couple banged up linebackers. Mm-hmm. Tough division, NFC West. Toughest in the league. So I like Carolina Panthers. Easy division, easy schedule.
Yeah, what about the Texans, though? I mean, you've seen Clowney. He looks good.
Yeah, he looks great.
I mean, him and J.J. Watt, I think they might look good this season.
They are the sleeper defensive pickup. Or late round, depending on how many rounds you have, they can be the second defense you have. You could probably give them as a pickup, before week 1.
All right, Bill. All right. I'm going to let you go here, all right? You got to get back to vacation. But one more quick question. Who is your rookie impact player of the year?
Kelvin Benjamin.
Oh, the Panthers?
He's got no one to play behind. He's already making big plays, made big plays in college. Not the fastest guy off the line, but he's a player. Big, strong kid.
Big dude. All right, America, you heard it here. That was some great advice. I hope you use it. We'll see you next week when we talk about, okay, now you drafted, now what? Bill Lett, thank you so much for joining us on week 0 here at #NFL Fantasy Pro. America, we'll see you next week. Thank you.